Ayo, how's it go? Better to sink in the cum. Or no, right. I fucked it up. Damn it. Okay, editor, take two. Better
Restart.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum. We're back with another hot load philosophy. Yeah, better to come in the sink.
Are you sure it's not the other way around?
Yeah, no, it's better to come in the sink than sink in the cum.
I think there might be a couple people who disagree with you out there.
Okay, that's what we do here. We bring the hot issues to the table as RomeBros. We're back in Casa de Warren. We're back with the Legos. We got a whole list of topics for marketing. I'm super excited this week. My name's Darius. This is Marcel.
I'm tired. I just woke up.
Yeah.
Darius decided to not text me before he got here.
I was a very bad guest today.
I was waiting for his text to, get out of bed and then, brush my hair and maybe hop in the shower, depending on how many minutes he said I had. And then he just knocks on my door, and I'm just like, all right, here we go.
In my defense, you're not the most, text me when you made it home safe kind of guy.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so, when we spoke on WebEx, that's our inter-office communication tool. We spoke on WebEx, and you're like, same time as usual this week. I just figured that would be the efficient enough amount of communication, but I will definitely message ahead next time because I feel like I interrupted a meal and
there was no meal interruption.
No lights on,
There were no lights on. That was factual.
I was
very cozy on my bed.
Yeah, so I do apologize for the viewers as well. This isn't a very efficient start. But,
I just have a little deeper voice.
Yeah, you got the Barry White action going on. This is like,
hey, how are you doing?
So if you want to put some phone numbers in the comments, and Marcel will leave you a sexy voicemail the next time.
I won't do that, but if you do want to put a phone number in the comments, we will call it the next time we do a recording session, and you can be on the show.
Yeah, or that.
Won't that be fun?
Or that,
So comment down below a phone number you'd like for us to call on what day would it be? March 20-something, 29th?
Yeah, 2 weeks from March 16th.
There you go.
Yeah, if you got a calendar on
March 30th?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Close to that, yeah.
So, if you're not going to be available on that phone number on March 30th, don't even bother, because I'm going to call it. There's just going to be awkward silence on the show. And you don't want to be that guy that causes awkward silence on the show.
Yeah, it doesn't make for good television.
That's horrible. Yeah. Anyways, we do have a sealed list of topics.
Oh, so you haven't looked at them either?
I haven't, no.
Oh, this is exciting.
I was told by our marketing team that this is not to be opened until the show. It was taped and then stamped with a date, but as I was carrying it home, my thumb kind of rubbed off the date, so not really the best. I'm going to bring it up there so you guys can see it. We have not seen these topics at all. You can see that.
This is a blind taste test on the road.
We are going to crack this open. We are going to see what our marketing team has in store for us. So, how are we gonna?
Oh yeah, without damaging the list. Oh man.
Okay, there we go.
Are they in any specific order?
Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay,
we said give us 40 things. It turns out she has given us 40, and a couple of them have subsections.
Nice!
So we actually have probably close to 50. So this might be the next 2 episodes here. I thought maybe you'll get us 1.
I don't know, man. Her performance review is going to look great.
All right.
I'm going to say that. This is how you go above and beyond.
This is how you get promoted.
Yes.
Right here.
Yeah.
She might get 5 goldfish.
Yeah, take notes, kids. We're definitely going to have to up the next...
Number 1 is the worst advice you have ever been given.
Well,
there you go. That's a good one. I don't know. Oh, here's the worst advice I've ever been given. All right. So I was just hanging out as a kid. I was like, I think I was in middle school. I was like 10 or 11, something like that.
Yeah.
And a new neighbor just moved in. My mom was like, "Hey, go hang out with the new kid," And I was a goody two-shoe kid growing up. I didn't touch drugs. I didn't do anything nefarious growing up, really, other than bother the shit out of my mom. All right. And I just got the vibe from this kid that this kid was a little bit of a rebel.
Okay, so he was from the wrong side of the tracks.
Not necessarily, but I could just you can just like tell when someone's like they don't really follow the laws. You know?
Okay.
So. So I didn't really want to hang out with this kid. My mom was like, go hang out with him, try to make new friends, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just had the vibe. I didn't actually know if he was that bad of a kid. Right?
Yeah.
So anyways, we're like hanging out, riding our scooters or whatever. I don't freaking know what we were doing. And he comes up with the bright idea that he had this little like playhouse thing, a little like jungle gym with like the swings and stuff,
Okay.
And it had windows on it.
Yeah.
So like, I was in a rich community where our jungle gyms have freaking windows.
Damn, yeah, I didn't think about that. Indoor fucking jungle gyms?
No, well, I don't know. It had windows, okay, was the main thing. Alright? And he had the great idea that we should throw rocks at this thing, at the windows, and break them. And I'm like, that sounds like a pretty bad idea. Are you sure we should do that? And he was like, oh yeah, it's fine. My parents said I can do whatever I want. It's like pretty much my little jungle gym. And I was like, alright, dude, whatever you say. So we throw rocks. It was pretty fun, honestly, breaking the windows.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, like, how old were you guys? Like 10?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Around there. So it was a good time breaking the windows. And then at the end of it, the bro freaking tells me they're renting the place. And I'm like, dog, do you know what renting means? I'm like, oh my god, dude, I felt so bad. So for the next 2 days, I was just overwhelmed with guilt, right? And I finally caved and told my parents. I was like, I gotta tell you, I made a mistake. I fricked up.
So nobody even found out. You came clean.
Yeah, I had to come clean, man.
Oh man, so were they mad at you, or did they understand? Like,
they were pretty mad, but they were mostly happy that I came clean.
Okay, so it was like, we're really disappointed in you, but we're proud of you.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Telling the truth here.
Exactly, they're proud of me for telling the truth. I don't think I got in too much trouble. I don't remember what I had to do about it. But, I mean, just the guilt alone was punishment enough, man. I felt so frickin' bad. Yeah,
so that kid was either really naive or a psychopath. Like, because, like, maybe he did know that renting meant that,
I don't know, dude.
His parents weren't getting their deposit back.
I'm like, dude, you fucking moron, man. I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
That's crazy, though. At 10, you had the concept of that, though, that you knew, like, holy shit, man, you guys are just renting this place? Like,
yeah, I think maybe he didn't know what renting was, and I did. And I was just like, yeah, dude, renting means you don't actually own it.
Yeah.
So,
you just broke some shit that's not yours. Oh my God.
That was how it went down. So,
okay, well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty terrible advice.
Not really advice, but he talked me into it.
Yeah. I moved to Jeff City when I was about 16, high school dropout. So that means that all of the good advice that I got throughout life, like, hey, stay in school or you're gonna end up working at McDonald's. I dropped out of school, and sure enough, my first job, I ended up working at a fucking McDonald's. And there was this guy that worked there. I won't say his name because I'm pretty sure that he probably does still live here in town, and like I don't want to, give away. And granted, I was 16, so this is close to like 20 years ago. So I doubt that he's still living his life this way. But I ran into a lot of crazy characters that worked at this McDonald's. But there was this one guy, he was like super cool in my eyes then as a 16-year-old. He had his own, car, his own house. He was like probably 22, 24. He had a gold tooth. He was like super tall. All the ladies liked him. Like, light
This is the vibe I'm talking about. The vibe that this new kid on the block gave out. Just like, he doesn't follow the law.
Right, yeah, like this, definitely. Like, because like the manager would say things, and he'd be like, man, fuck that. He was definitely one of those guys, like, he did what the fuck he was gonna do. And like, whatever else was going on, like, that's our problem to figure out around what he had going on. But like, I had just started dating, and I'm like, looking to the older guys that work there on, like, how to treat a woman, you know what I mean? And, like, I don't know what I was like. I was like, man, I was on the phone, like, all night, and he cut me. He was like, I'm going to stop you right there, man. He's like, I deal with sluts. He goes, like, he's like, there's a bitch in my bed right now. Yesterday, she was standing in my tub, and I peed on her. I was like, holy shit, like, where am I? Like, this is the real world, you know? Not granted, I've never peed on anyone. But, like, even then, you know, I was like, okay, like, this dude's really cool, but I don't think this is good advice. You know, like, I'm not going to pee on anybody. It was like, but yeah, it was just like the ultimate, like, I guess these days they call it like red pill state of mind, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, women need to like serve their man and, you know, you gotta control your household.
I think that's alpha.
Yeah, but like, yeah, you know, Andrew Tate mentality. You know who that guy is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, he was, and like, I mean, granted, he wasn't like a kickboxer or like, you know, doing crypto schemes or anything like that. But, like, he was just the, like, you know, I always looked for his approval on, like, the latest music I was listening to and, you know, just stuff like that. Like, he was the resident cool guy. But, like, even that, though, like, I was like, man, yeah, I don't think I can pee on anybody. Like, so, I wouldn't say that that's, like, I've definitely gotten, like, a lot of terrible advice that has landed me in legal trouble and all kinds of other shit, but, like, just for the sake of, you know, the piece of advice that I always think back to, and just that term, like, that he's like, you know, I'm asking him how to treat a lady, and he's like, man, I fuck sluts. You know, like, so it's like, it was a totally different, you know, way of. I never. Have you ever seen The 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No.
No. Well, yeah, it was a very rated R version of the talk that the main character got in that movie about, you know, how not to, you know, put women so high up on the, you know, on your priority list, basically. But yeah, that was probably up there with some of the like, definitely the craziest advice. I don't know if I would say the worst advice, because like I said, I've gotten advice that has landed me in jail before. So, you know, I don't know. But yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a good opener.
All right, that was a pretty good opener. Yeah. We're gonna increase the goldfish payment.
Yeah.
By another flavor blast.
I might spring for like just her own carton.
Just her own car. Buy her a car.
Oh, not carton.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
you go out and you buy her a car, and I'll just put it on the expense list. We'll get a tax deduction for it. No big deal. All right. Number 2 here is half human, half animal. So just talking about furries here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you can tell what this is, but this is a Naruto hoodie fresh from the shores of Japan. I'm sure a hungry child probably stitched this with their tiny fingers, but...
Does Naruto have furries in it?
Well, no, it's anime, and, you know, that's very furry adjacent.
That is very furry adjacent.
If you're an anime fan. And, so, what would you say is your favorite mix, half human, half... Like, if you had to, like, okay, create a player, you're making your own furry, what would the animal base be?
I don't know. I mean, I've never imagined myself making a furry.
Yeah?
I'm not really that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe like a cat.
Yeah, that would be the sexiest go-to, I think.
Like Skyrim has the Khajiit. You ever played Skyrim?
Mm-mm.
Skyrim's just a video game. It's kind of like, essentially like Dungeons & Dragons-esque.
Okay.
You know, like you're just in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
And you gotta just run around and like do quests and stuff. Great game.
Yeah.
Kind of fallen off nowadays. It's kind of old. But it's still a pretty solid game. Anyways, one of the characters you can choose like a half human, half like lizard. Ooh. You can make a half human, half elf, half human, half cat.
Okay.
And those are the main ones. And I chose to be the half human, half cat. That was the character I chose. Not because I like cat boys, but because its ability was like extra stealthy.
Ah, okay.
And I was
so
like,
you could
I want to be extra stealthy.
Tread lightly and avoid a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Not into cat boys or cat girls. Just for the record, nothing wrong with you if you are.
Yeah.
That's totally chill. But I guess I would say cat boys.
I wouldn't say that I'm into furries, but there's definitely, I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely a bit of a curiosity there. You know what I mean? Like, definitely am intrigued by that lifestyle. But it would be tough for me to either go with either half cat or half like lizard, like snake type. Because like with the cats, you know, they're soft and dainty and like playful, but then like lizards, you know, you think more like cold and like fucking like 50 Shades of Grey, like you're gonna do what I want type deal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so like I'd be torn. Like it would be hard for me, but I think ultimately I probably would make half cat, half lady if I had to build my own furry.
You'd also go with the cat? I mean, I think the cat's just the safest.
Right, well, because the ears, you know, that's super cute, and then the tail.
Yeah.
Like, the tail would be cute, but, like, you know, lizards have tails, too, but again, like, it's more of a, like, I feel like that would be more of a, like, dominatrix type date, as opposed to with the cat, it would be more of a, like, playful, like, will they or won't they, you know, pursuit. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally know what you mean. That wasn't like the direction I was going with this at all. It's just like, you know, a character in a video game, and you're like, how am I gonna fuck them?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about furries, man, we might as well, like, we're not gonna,
absolutely right.
You're not gonna dance around it here on the road.
I wanted to, but you know, you just
like, what are we talking about here? You know, like we know what the marketing team.
We know what the marketing.
Yeah, we know what they wanted us to talk about.
Yeah, you know what?
So,
that's my bad. Yeah. It's my bad for not knowing.
But yeah, definitely half cat, half lady.
How much cat do you want? Like, do you just want, like, the ears and tail?
Yeah, definitely.
Or do you want, like, some fur on that bad boy?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I mean, because, like, you know, I don't know. Like, maybe a little fur would be kind of good, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or you just want them to just, like, not be able to talk to you? Like, they have, like,
all their no. That would be weird. Because then that's when you feel like you're taking advantage of somebody. If you don't even speak the same language, you know what I mean? Like, how do you even know that they know what's going on? So, yeah, I would definitely want to be able to communicate.
Body language.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I guess there are ways that you can tell.
Yeah.
But, no, I would definitely prefer to be able to communicate as opposed to just...
wants to be flubbered.
You know, speaking the what do they call it? The international language.
Is that what they call it?
I think so.
I've never heard
of love. You know, the
universal.
Yeah, that probably sounds a bit.
How
more
does this
accurate.
want me to go on? This is crazy. I don't understand. I don't know how much fur I would go with. I mean, I don't think I'd be too picky, really.
Yeah.
I think if a cat girl existed, I'd probably go for it. Why not, man? There we go.
Would you prefer that they be able to speak?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely enjoy talking.
So, would you prefer...
I think it'd be weird if they were just meowing, man.
Yeah! And, like,
creepy.
you just, like... fucking sitting bowls of milk out in the morning, you know? Like, I wouldn't want it to feel
is this like a relationship thing? I mean, definitely if it's a relationship thing, I was thinking more like one night stand.
So you're talking about, like, just, so what are you doing after this? You know, type of
deal.
I
mean, like, obviously if they're going to be your partner for life, they should be able to talk to you, dude.
Well, I'm a gentleman, you know? So, like, of course, like, you know, if you're going to spend a night of passion with somebody, you would leave the door open for... you know, another date. So, yeah.
I see.
Excuse me. Yeah,
what's going on here? Is there actually... There is that there. Sure.
Oh, man. So, okay, before we jump to another topic, though, is there any kind of other, like, mythical creature or, like, because, like, as a teenager, you know, fucking angsty teenager, I've always had, like, fantasies of, like, you know, falling in love with a vampire. Or, like, a werewolf lady, or, like...
A werewolf lady?
Yeah, man.
So you were, like, the male equivalent of all those Twilight fanatic girls.
But, see, I didn't like Twilight, though, because I felt like the vampires were, like, super, like, pussies, you know? Like, they...
Were they?
Well, I mean, they're twinkling in the daylight and fucking sad, you know? That's usually what, like... I never, like, sat down and watched all the movies all the way through, but, like, just, you know, like, from, like... the previews and things that you see, that's usually, it's like him, like, you know, leaned up against a car, twinkling in the daylight, looking all sad and angsty. And I'm like, what? Where are these? Whose vampires are these, you know?
The girls.
I guess, yeah.
Girls go crazy for that, dude. Holy snap.
Yeah, I never. But yeah, like one of my first like adult dreams was of this ninja lady that used to visit me and climb in my window at night. And I've always had that.
A ninja lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
She would like
Fair
scale my window.
Bro, my first adult dream, since we're on that topic, and I think this partially goes into why I hate makeup so much. Because, like, my first adult dream is just, like, a girl with, like, just a caked up face. Just, like, so much makeup on. And she just, like, wanted to, like, make out with me. And I just didn't want any part of it.
You didn't want the makeup
Yeah,
on?
it's like, I practically got raped. Like, I don't want to say that it went that far. Because I was, like, pretty young. So, like, nothing happened below the waist. But I was, like, being kissed by a girl that I didn't want to be kissed by. And just the only thing I remember is just, like, way too much makeup.
So like that's kind of like molded like why it's not like your reason for existence then, right? Like you just kind of like have always been like it's been a topic of no means no as opposed to like like your reason for existence. You know
what are you talking about, bro?
Well, I don't know, like my reason for breathing. You know, it's just the yeah, you know, like most guys, you know, every action they take is for that ultimate end goal. You know?
Nah, dude, frick that.
Yeah.
No, you got more to live for than just that, man.
Well, I mean, I kind of figured that out a little late in life, but I'd say definitely like probably the first 25 years. You know, I was about completing that objective.
Completing the objective. You're just a man on a mission.
Yeah, dude. Like, everything else was just, like, the interim, you know? Like, what are we doing? Or, you know, what am I doing to set up the next go-round?
Okay.
You know?
Sure. Alright. Well, there's your Talk About Furries marketing team. We know you wanted it because you're secretly a furry.
Which, no judgment here. I feel like it would get kind of hot, you know? Like, in temperature. Temperature.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This is why, usually whenever you go to furry conventions, the temperature is set to, like, 65 in the area. So that way they don't end up getting too
funk the place up,
yeah. What is the most painful thing you have ever endured?
Oh, shit. The most pain I've ever been in.
The mostest, painstest.
Now, okay, which, we're talking physical pain, I'm assuming?
Or emotional, doesn't specify.
I mean, the death of a loved one would definitely, like, tick that box.
Do you think that would top all the physical pain?
Because, I mean, I have...
Like, is the emotional pain worse than the physical pain? The worst physical pain you've ever had? Or is it, like, uncomparable?
I've never really, broken a bone or, you know, been shot or...
You haven't been shot, huh?
Yeah, I've never been through anything, like, super physically painful, I don't feel like. Like, you know, like, granted, as a kid, like, I got migraines sometimes,
but...
Oh
my gosh, the suffering.
Right? You know, but nothing, like...
Life is so hard.
Or, like, you know, if it's a day where I end up stress eating until midnight, you know, like, the diarrhea the next day is pretty painful, but... It's not, you know... I would probably say, like, the death of my grandma.
Okay.
Was probably the most painful thing that I've ever experienced.
For me, definitely after the meds wore off, after I had my ingrown toenail removed.
Oh, shit.
That was really bad.
Was it your big toe?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, I had a really bad ingrown toenail. Honestly, I just put up with the pain for probably way too long. And finally went in to have it taken care of. And pretty much what they do is they just, like, cut off the nail, rip it out, and then, like, cauterize the, like, bottom of your nail so it doesn't grow anymore. And obviously they dope you up for it naturally because it's excruciatingly painful. Yeah. And so I was all doped up, and then they give you meds to go home with, and like, hey, take one, like, after 4 hours, and then every, like, 8 hours, you know, whatever the thing was. And I was like, I don't need those meds. I'm chilling. I don't need to take that. Man. I'll be fine. I feel fine. I don't feel any pain at all. I'm fine. So I went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night just screaming.
Oh!
Just absolutely. My mom was like, just shut up! You know, she was trying to get me to take the meds, and I was screaming until those meds kicked in, man. It was pretty bad.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
So, like, did you bang your toe on something and, like, it grew back and grown? Or, like, it just happened to happen like that one time?
I think it was just, like, a combination of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I just like cut it too far, like too many times in a row, or something.
Oh,
like I said, it was going on for a long time. It was not, something that just like happened.
So like you were hobbling around in pain for a while.
Not hobbling. It was just like if you like took a step wrong, you would feel like just like at least like short, like it wasn't very long, but like a sharp pain. But like since I had that thing, I would just take the steps right. Like I just knew how to walk properly to not experience it.
Avoid it.
So it was like sometimes, like when you had to like quickly move out of the way of something, you'd be like, ooh, But like it wasn't ever anything like, it was just like, oh, there's my ingrown toenail.
Damn.
But even with the excruciating pain after the meds wore off, I would still say it was worth to have it removed, like pain-wise, because like if I was still experiencing even those slight amounts of pain, it would have added up to be more than what I experienced for like those 30 minutes of agony. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is going on here? What did I miss?
Damn.
Did I miss? So there's that one. All right. Next up, body hair. Care or don't care?
Ooh.
I don't care. She already asked me this one in the office. I was like, I don't care what kind of hair you have, man.
Like, okay, does she like body hair on your partner, I'm assuming? Is the question there?
Maybe. I don't know. She said it just says body hair, care or don't care. I don't know. You can have, with my partner or not. There's some guy on the street. I don't care. You can have whatever body hair you want, man. As long as you're not, like, forcing people to, like, smell it. I don't really care. I don't have any problems with that.
The older I get, like, I care, but in the other direction, like, I kind of want a little bit of body hair, too, because, like, pheromones and stuff like that. Like, I'm into stuff like that. So,
all right.
Yeah, that's a I do care, but in a, like I said, like, I would kind of prefer a little bit of hair down there.
But, like, if there's no hair down there, it's like a deal breaker. It's like, I can't handle it. If you don't have hair, it ain't happening.
No, it's not a deal breaker. It is a little weird. Like, if it's, like, just scorched earth, like, nothing going on down there.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Makes you, like, you want to...
You want to just, like, know who their waxer is. Where are they going to get waxed?
Not even that. Just, like, I don't know. I just kind of... I don't know. Scorched earth looks kind of like a child,
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So, it's like... I don't know. The older I get, like, I kind of like a little hair down there.
Okay. Yeah. Next up, we got weirdest fear you have.
How much time you got?
We got the weirdest, okay? We can't... There's just one answer.
Oh, absolute weird... Okay, why don't you go first on that one? Because I got to think about that. I got to... Like, if I got to just narrow it down to one.
I don't really have too many fears. Definitely flying insects, definitely. I've gotten a lot better with them. I used to be like, if there was a flying insect around, I would, like, have to evacuate the area.
Now, unpack that a little bit. What, like, are you afraid that the flying insect is just going to land on you?
I don't know, dude. It's a weird fear. Like, I just could not be in the same room as a flying insect. I think the thing was it was like, you never know what their next move is, man.
Yeah.
Like, they could be, like, over there 1 second, like, the next millisecond, they're on the opposite side of the room.
So, even, like, a literal fly would...
Flies, like, for a little bit, they were getting to me, but then I, like, realized that, like, it was just a fly.
Yeah.
But, like, anything that, like, was, like, big, creepy, weird, gross, especially bees. Bees were the worst of it, because obviously those could actually hurt you.
Yeah.
But, like, even, like, dragonflies, man. Oh, my gosh, dude.
Oh, well, then...
I haven't seen dragonflies in a while.
Those will actually bite you every now and again.
Will they?
I think so.
I've never been bitten by one.
Or, no, am I thinking of a horsefly? Horseflies.
Dragonflies are the one with the super pointy ass.
Yeah,
I've never seen a dragonfly around here. Do you guys even have them in Missouri? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get out much.
Yeah, usually when it's hot out.
Sounds about right.
But, yeah. No, dragonflies, they got the long butt. And, like, sometimes they're, like, rainbow colored on the head.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Yeah, along those lines, I think probably my weirdest fear would be like a flying insect landing in my hair.
Understandable.
And laying eggs.
Understandable.
You know, like I don't detect it.
I don't really think that's a weird fear. I think most people would be absolutely terrified of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my girlfriend, dude, one time we were out going for a hike, and during the hike, unbeknownst to her, a spider landed in her hair.
Oh,
she
no.
didn't find it until she got home.
Yeah,
and
shit like that.
That was pretty... I mean, I would be terrified if that happened to me, too, honestly.
Horrifying.
So.
I went on a walk and found a beetle in my hair a couple years back, and seriously considered shaving my head that day. Like, I was
she was considering shaving her head, too, and I was like, might be a bit of a overcall, but, you know, understandable.
Yeah.
Because, it would be very scary.
It's fucking nightmare fuel, man. Like,
but I don't think it's, like, a weird fear. That's just, like, a normal human being.
I didn't
You got anything that's weird?
I figured that was kind of unhinged.
I mean, to think about a little bit. Most people aren't really thinking about that, but if it did happen to them, they're going to be absolutely terrified.
What about demonic possession? You consider that weird?
I mean, the weird that you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not really weird to be scared of it, but a little bit weird that you're thinking about it. Like, what's something that, like, other people aren't going to be scared of, but you're just like, I cannot be around that at all?
I mean, I used to feel that way about the supernatural.
Okay.
Like, like ghost tours and shit like that. I would be afraid that, like, the ghost would follow you home.
Okay, understandable.
But see, again, I don't know how weird that is.
I'd say that's a little bit on the weird side. Like, if you're going to a ghost tour, kind of whether you'd be going there if you're going to be scared of it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never actually been to one, but I'm, like, super interested in going nowadays. But, like, that's... Because, like, again, I guess it always comes back to my grandma. But, like...
They just want to like this. It's pretty ambitious all the time.
That's just something that I was raised to never interact with. You're not supposed to,
Leave the dead buried?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I don't know how weird that is, though. But
who killed John Bonnet Ramsey?
John Benet Ramsey.
John Benet Ramsey. I don't know who that is.
That's definitely before your time. I think that might be a bit before my time.
I would assume whoever murdered him probably killed him.
But yeah, like that's what we're not really privy on the John Benet Ramsey. We might have to table that one and come back to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next one.
And actually, I think that was a little girl. Now that I think of it, so for now on the record, I'm gonna say the parents killed John Benet Ramsey. But then we'll come back to that after doing a little research.
All right. Here we go. I didn't want to talk about this because we're going to get you down a rabbit hole, but we got the Mandela effect on here.
Oh, we do?
Oh, no.
That shit is real, man. I don't care what nobody says, dude.
Not freaking real.
I don't care.
All right. She also put down some examples of which ones we think they are, and we'll have to look them up after.
Okay.
To see if it's legit or not. So, does the Monopoly Man wear a monocle? I don't think he does.
No, he did. I feel like he did, but, like, I'm sure you're going to say that people are misremembering him with Mr. Peanut. But as a child, I remember that motherfucker having a monocle.
He did not. He probably doesn't have a monocle. All right, let's Google it.
No, he definitely doesn't now.
He never did. This is why I didn't want to go down this. Right? Monopoly Man.
Yeah, that's a famous one, man. Like,
here, I'll do old Monopoly Man. Oh, this one actually does have him with a monocle.
See?
This one does. Or is that that's because people are talking about the Mandela effect. Oh, gosh dang it, dude. Old Monopoly Man.
Yeah, man, that motherfucker had a monocle.
Dude, I'm Googling this and it's just coming up with Mandela effect, so like we don't actually...
Yeah, there's we stepped on too many
I don't remember him having a monocle. I do not remember that. Even looking at him with a monocle, like, I mean, he looks... I think the reason it is because, like, he's in that old-timey... He's got the top hat, he's got the suit. I mean, you think of someone in a top hat and a suit, hunting money, they have a monocle, dude. Like, that's just, like... It's like every other trope that you've ever seen, so it just makes sense.
I get that from your perspective, but, like, growing up in inner-city St. Louis, like, Mr. Peanut is probably the only other thing that I've ever seen with a fucking monocle. Like, I don't... You know what I mean? Like, I don't have...
You didn't see, like, movies where, like, just, like, some privy old guy with some tea,
Not back then.
With a monocle? Really?
Yeah, like, now as a teenager and, like, you know, when we had cable, you know, and, like, you know, watching, you know, more things and, you know, being, you know, exposed to more things. But, like, as a child, like, my first few memories, like I said, him and Mr. Peanut are the only two entities I had seen with a monocle at that age to, like,
so you mean just Mr.
memory.
Peanut?
Yeah, okay, yeah, just Mr. Peanut.
He didn't have a monocle.
Yeah, and whatever go around we are in. Like, I guess it would be, it's easy for me, I can't speak for a lot of people, but, like, multiverse theory and things like that is cool to think about, because I think a lot of people have, you know, regrets in life and, like, you know, things that they wish that they had done. So it's cool to, like, fantasize about a universe where I am a prize fighter, you know, or a universe where, you know, I did, you know, fucking land a record deal or some shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that's why it's a lot easier for me to believe in the Mandela effect, because I am a dreamer, you know. But I will fucking, like, testify in court with my hand on the Bible. I remember being taught in school that Nelson Mandela was killed in prison. Like, that was, like, a thing.
Maybe you were taught it, but maybe it just was wrong. I mean, I've been taught things that were wrong in school.
Well, yeah, granted, a public school system, you know, but yeah. I don't know, man. Like, certain things, especially, like, at that school where, like, you know, Black history was so important and, like, you know, was one of the main, like, driving things, I feel like they would have fact-checked that. You know? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's something that they would have, like, definitely not just been telling kids. And granted, like, yeah, it's misinformation, so they did think it was true. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that was a big one. And then they did debunk the one where everybody thought Sinbad did a movie where he played a genie. But apparently that was just a Photoshop of a not-so-famous wrestler Chavo Guerrero's body with Sinbad's head over the body. But, I don't know. I think there is something to the Mandela effect, dude. Like, I think that...
I literally just think it's like, you see something, and then you see that similar thing in other contexts. And, like, all those other contexts, or the majority of those contexts, have another thing, right? So you see a guy in a top hat with a suit. A lot of other times that you see that, they have a monocle. So you just associate the monocle with the first one because it fits the pattern. And then you're just wrong. And it's like, I think, like, that's just, like, it explains most of them, in my opinion. The Mandela one, it doesn't really explain that one. That was after my time. We never really talked about Nelson Mandela when I was growing up. The only reason I ever heard about him was talking about the Mandela effect. So I can't really speak about that one.
Yeah.
But most of the other ones, it's just like, you see a common trend, and so you just associate it back with something that's similar to the trend, and you just happen to be wrong. I mean, your brain can't remember everything. It has to look at patterns and just put everything into groups to remember stuff. So, that's what makes sense to me. We also got Looney Tunes with 2 O's, or Looney Tunes, like the tune of a song.
Now, see, yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Looney Tunes growing up.
Like, I think it's, like, Looney... I don't think it was 2 O's. That doesn't seem right. I feel like it would have been oons, like the sound, because they had, like...
Yeah.
Like they had tunes.
I think what it is now, though, it is with 2 O's, I think.
Is it? Let's see.
I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I don't think that it always was, or at least people don't.
Looks like I type Looney into Google, and it's tunes, the sound.
T-U?
Yeah, T-U-N-E-S. There's no double O. I'm not seeing that.
But see, I don't know, man.
If I type Looney Tune with 2 O's...
Mm-hmm. Mandela effect comes up?
Nothing comes up. There's one down there that says, like, the 5th option is Looney Tune with 2 O's.
Yeah.
So it definitely had U-N-E-S. That sounds right to me. I mean, they ended all their episodes with, like, that's all, folks, you know, a nice little tune.
Mm.
So it makes sense to me.
I didn't even think
I think the
that.
reason people would get that one mixed up, again, same thing with the, you know, associating patterns. It's a cartoon, and it's more cartoony than it is music-y, right? If it was, like, a lot more musical, then everyone would think, oh, it was Looney Tunes with the U-N-E-S, you know?
That makes sense.
But people are just like, oh, it was a cartoon. So, anyways. Now we've got Pikachu's tail. Does it have a black tip? Pretty sure the answer is no on that one, although you could see it with one.
Now, are they thinking about Raichu?
Maybe. Does that one have a black tip? That one has orange on it, right?
I thought it was like a little lightning bolt has orange on it, right? I thought it was like a little lightning bolt with like black in it. Raichu definitely has got some black going on. I'm not one. I'm not very well versed in Pokemon.
Pikachu does not have a black tip, but his ears have a black tip. And, I mean, quite frankly, it's not that crazy of an inference to make because it would be a nice little detail to add. But he is not. So let's see Raichu.
What about Pikachu in Smash?
It'd be the same. Raichu does not have black on the tail. He does. He has black on the tips of his hands, feet, and ears. Does not have any on his tail, though, surprisingly enough. I mean, Pikachu and Smash is going to be the same. I don't know.
I'm a little hungover, man. This needs sticker number 47. If you want.
47. There it is. I mean, Pikachu and Smash. I mean, it's just going to be the same. You mean like Pichu? You mean the little baby one?
Well, no, in Smash, I thought that he did have like a little bit of black on the tail.
Oh, so yeah, Pichu, the baby version of Pikachu, does actually have a fully black tail.
Oh!
So
wait, Pikachu is not in Smash at all?
Maybe he's not, is he?
Well, that's a fucking Mandela.
Hold on, now that's a Mandela.
Yeah, I thought Pikachu was in Smash. Like,
Pikachu in Smash. No, there is. There's Pikachu and Pichu.
Okay.
I guess there's both.
Wait a minute.
Alright. There we go. I don't know if the direction on it matters. Hopefully not. So there's that one. We got Fruit of the Loom. Is there a cornucopia in their logo or no? Now this one I did just look up.
Cornucopia? I know there's grapes, right?
Yeah, there's like grapes and an apple.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just show you both of them and I'll see. Fruit. Oh, this one I did like just see a little advertisement about it.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
I didn't realize the reach was that far.
Dude, people go crazy with this shit. Okay. So, which one is it there? I'm gonna block out like rest of the screen. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I don't remember the whole Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think it's like Thanksgiving. There's no way it would be like with this apples is you have like squash and shit. So there's no cornucopia.
Yeah, no, that one I don't remember.
I think most people would agree. I think that one's kind of a stretched one. Yeah. There was no cornucopia. And then at the end of Queens, we are the champions. Does he say of the world?
Yes.
See, I thought this was yes too. I googled it, and I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. But now that it's written on here, I think the answer is going to be no.
Right.
Be like, what?
Right. Like, what?
We are the champions
of the world. Yeah, dude. Like
lyrics. I'm pretty sure it was in there because I remember, like, I saw an ad and it was like, they didn't say that in We Are the Champions, and I'm like, yes, they did. And then I googled the lyrics and it was in there, and I'm like, what the frick, false news? But let me just see here. Yes, he literally does.
Yeah,
he does say, "'Cause we are the champions of the world," at the very end of the song.
So I guess what the question is, they don't feel like he used to.
Maybe? I don't know what's the Mandela effect on that one.
Yeah, like...
Because, I mean, I definitely remember them saying that. I guess people think he doesn't.
What? Now, one that I misremembered, the Star Wars one. Like, I always thought it was Luke, I am your father. But apparently it was just, I am your father. Like, there was no, like, he didn't say Luke.
No, it doesn't even say I'm your father. He's like, I knew your father or something. What is it?
I thought he was just like, I am
Luke, I am your father. True line. Oops, true line. Yeah, most misquoted line of all time. Oh, it's just no, I am your father. Yeah, you're right. So no Luke. Okay. But I mean, that one, that one makes a lot. No one's going to go out there and be like, no, I am your father as, like, a thing. It sounds way better if you just say Luke on it.
Yeah.
And then people are just saying that.
But yeah, that was one I grew up.
Alright.
Wrong.
Now, here we go. This is an interesting, this is a little bit of a challenge.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Viewers at home, comment down below.
Okay.
Your answers. So the challenge for all of these things, we have 5 tasks.
Oh,
and
shit.
for all of these tasks, we have to avoid saying the letter E.
Alright.
Okay? So I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to say something. I'm going to give you a topic, and you have to list one. And you can't have the letter E.
Without the letter E.
In the word.
Okay.
So name a color.
Black.
There you go. That was gonna be my answer as well. Yeah. Black. Not too many other ones.
Yeah,
actually. I mean, all the rainbow.
And depending on if you're in England or not, like gray,
yellow, green, blue.
Like, do you spell gray with a
purple,
A or an E?
Indigo. Ooh, another one for you.
Nice. Okay.
Violet has it. Purple has it. White has it. So not too many. Indigo and black are the only ones that we have found here. Name a sport. Football.
Okay. Squash.
Never heard of that sport, but there you go.
Yeah.
Squash,
polo. Okay,
squash,
polo.
Football, polo.
Yeah.
There you go. Name a language. I don't know that many.
Right?
Spanish doesn't have one, though, so we're just going to hit that one right off the bat.
Yeah, there you go.
Take that easy, dub.
Yeah.
Do you know any
languages? I'm trying to think. Like, okay.
I've got another one. I'm not going to say it to spoil it for you.
Latin.
That was going to be my other one.
Yeah,
there you go. So, Latin, Spanish. Let's see if we can think of any other ones here. German has an E. Italian. That one does not have an E.
Yeah.
No E in Italian.
Mi scusi. Yeah.
Portuguese has an E.
Yeah, there's a lot of E.
Norwegian has an E. Swedish isn't a language.
Dutch.
Dutch. There you go. That one does not have an E. So quite a few on that one. Yeah. Name a fruit. Banana.
Ooh.
Got that one there.
Kiwi.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So orange has one. Yeah. Apple has one.
Grapes got one.
Grapes got one. Melon has one. Watermelon obviously has melon in it.
Berries. Any berries.
Dang, you're right. All the berries have been taken.
Yeah, damn.
Berry has corrupted it. Is pumpkin considered a fruit?
That's a fruit. It's got seeds, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Pumpkin's on there.
Yeah.
Okay. And name a number. 2. Just
4.
Count up. Yeah. That one's not as exciting as the other ones because you can just count up until you find one.
Right.
But there you go. What started and ended World War I? Is this just a history quiz? History was never my thing, man.
Right? Like, I was asleep, bro. Like, that's why I got my best sleep in history class.
What did start World War I, man? I know the Germans were the bad guy in both wars, right?
But I thought that was World War II, wasn't it?
No, Germans were bad. Germans were definitely bad in World War II. They were super bad in World War II. But they were also the bad guys in World War I. They were the bad guys in both wars.
Damn, dude. What's going on in Germany?
Well, they're better now. all our German viewers out there, like...
Well, yeah, can you comment? Why did you guys keep starting world wars, man? Like, what the fuck?
I don't remember. I have to Google this one. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm
not good at history on that one.
I was fucking... Man, in school, you think I'm a degenerate these days, man. Like, dude,
I mean, here's the classic, though.
No fuck.
I mean, most wars and conflicts in the world, according to my dad, are because of religion and oil. So we're going to go with either religion or oil before I Google this. That's going to be my safe answer.
Well, okay, so... Yeah, I'm not even going to...
The dawn of the 20th century, few anticipated a great global war, but what came to be known as the Great War began on June 28, 1914, with the assassinations of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie while they were visiting Bosnia, a country recently annexed into the Austrian Empire. So, still doesn't really doesn't really answer my question.
They killed some religious dude. So
no, it's just is Archduke religious or is that just
Archduke?
Is it? But I think that's just what they call the high up the dude.
Oh, that was their president or some shit.
Yeah, here, I'll just Google it and see if he was.
There's that old song, Duke of Earl. That's the only time I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not religious. He's got a bunch of medals on his chest.
Oh shit.
How did the assassination of him lead to World War I? On the same day, Thomas Barclay of England predicts the danger of war in Central Europe is greatly lessened by the assassination. Well, he was wrong.
Trust me, guys, this is gonna work out fine.
Austria-Hungary issues an ultimatum to Serbia, and then they declare war. So I guess some people in Serbia, or people from Serbia, who recently were forced to be a part of Austria, I guess.
Now, I'm assuming...
Killed a strong leader, and so they said, frick you.
Now, I'm assuming she put that on there because there's some sort of conspiracy theory
Probably.
underneath that. Like,
what ended it? I think it was just people were just like sick and tired of fighting. Isn't that what ended it? They were just kind of like, why are we fighting?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna
ended
embarrass
World War
myself and like make something up.
The Treaty of Versailles. There you go.
Alright.
So everyone was like, but like, I feel like really it was just like, we don't want to do that. Dwindling resources on the battlefield, discontent on the home front, and surrender of its allies. Germany was finally forced to seek armistice on November 11th. Why did Germany surrender? So once again, Germany. It started with apparently Austria, now Germany's the bad guy. I don't know what happened in those 4 years, but like I said, Germany was the bad guy. Military situation with the powers have been deteriorating rapidly since the Battle of Amiens. But like, I mean, you've heard about the Christmas treaty, right?
No.
Oh my gosh! So on the battlefield, like near the end of World War One, there was so little like morale between the fighters on the field that on Christmas they just didn't fight. They were just like in the trenches and Christmas rolled around and they just like started singing and having a good time and they like literally walked through no man's land to like hang out with each other.
Oh wow!
And they were just like they were playing soccer and shit and just having a good time.
Both sides?
Yeah, both sides were just felt like, let's just spend Christmas together, man.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was I think one of the things that led to the end of it because it was just like,
like
people don't want to be here. What are we fighting for?
Yeah, what are we even doing?
What are we doing?
We're fucking playing soccer here.
Yeah, we're playing soccer. But yeah, that's
pretty wholesome.
That's like it's so wholesome. You know, in the midst of war, you got people trying to kill each other, and then Christmas rolls around, and they're like, you know what, dude?
Yeah, like, man,
let's fucking sing songs, play soccer. Let's stop trying to kill each other.
Yeah, we're not animals.
Well, that's debatable.
Yeah. It really is.
All right, favorite part of your job?
Ooh, shit.
I mean, probably just all of it, really.
What? What? I mean, come on, man, be for real.
Hey, I mean, you know, it's all pretty good, dude. What could go wrong? It's great. It's a great job. It's a good time. I mean, I gotta show up every day. I gotta bother my coworkers. I gotta answer emails. I guess like the phone's kind of.
You enjoy answering emails?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's so much fun, dude.
That's like one of my least favorite things. It's like
you'd rather do the phone than emails.
Fucking type my name. Well, at least in a phone call, like. Well, granted, I'm not gonna say like it's always over when you hang up, but at the very least, like, it's not this long, drawn out, confusing conversation over like weeks or days in some instances. Like you tell somebody in plain English, like, do this. This is what you need to do, and then they write you back like a week and a half later, thinking that, you know, like, you're just waiting on pins and needles to fucking finish this conversation. It's like, who even are you anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I hate that, dude. Like, you think I'm just holding on to this fucking email until you email me back? Like, oh my god, dude. Like, yeah, no, I would much rather be on the phone than answering emails.
I don't know. I was telling my friend about this, though, like, on the phone, like, when there's just, like, people that are just, like, so dumb on the phone, it doesn't even bother me. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but, like, I don't mind talking to just, like, dumbasses on the phone. Like, I'll laugh at it afterward because they were so dumb. But, like, when I'm in the moment, I'm, like, just so willing to just be as patient as possible with them, make sure they get everything they need. I guess I'm just, like, the best customer service rep ever. I don't know.
If they're nice, I don't mind if they're dumb.
That's
but
fair,
when they're dumb and combative, that's like, that makes me angry. I agree with you on that one. I don't find
too many of those, to be fair. I would agree with you on that one, yes. The dumb and combative ones
it's like,
are annoying. And it's like, let me off.
You can't even pronounce the word. Why are you arguing with me? What the
Dude, I had one of those the other day. Oh my gosh. There's some lady who, like, lived in Kansas but, like, worked in Missouri, which, like, that's honestly that's a tough tax situation to be in. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't blame you too much for not knowing anything. But, you know, I was like, hey, it looks like you haven't filed your 20 and 21 taxes. We need you to get those filed before you can go on a payment plan. And she just, like, kept asking just, like, so many questions. And I was like, late, she's like, oh, we file every year. And I'm like, you gotta file in 3 different... You gotta file the IRS, Kansas, and Missouri, so it doesn't seem that unreasonable that you forgot Missouri.
Yeah, miss one.
But, okay, if you filed it, then fantastic, just send us a copy.
Right.
You know, and she's like, well, how am I supposed to get a copy? I'm like, you said you filed. Where do you keep your taxes, lady? I'm like, I don't even know where you filed. I'm like, oh my god. You're just, like, just being so annoying about it. And then, like, I misunderstood the situation at the start of the phone call. So I gave out some false information.
Yeah.
Okay? But as soon as I realized I was wrong, I said, I apologize for the misunderstanding. I didn't, I thought the situation was this. You're absolutely correct. X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then for some reason they wanted to keep going back to what I said at the beginning. I'm like, lady, I told you that was wrong. Okay? Like, stop focusing on it. I did make a mistake. I'm sorry.
That is,
it
if
happens.
you misspeak, and even, if you eat it, like, they'll still, like, hang on to it. And
they'll still hang on to it. And it's like, lady,
look,
I told you, we're fine. We're past that.
Yeah, that's part of the conversation.
Or, like, I told her that, I couldn't speak for the IRS taxes, right?
Yeah.
Because I work for the state. I don't know anything about the feds. And then, at some point, I told her that, if she is owed a refund on her federal taxes, that it might be applied to her debt for state taxes. She's like, well, I thought you couldn't talk about federal taxes. I'm like, I can't tell you if you have a balance or whether you filed or not. But I can tell you that in the event you get a refund, there's a chance it will get sent to us. I'm like, and then you just got caught on that. And I'm like, stop getting caught up on, like, the smallest little detail that doesn't matter. That always gets me, when they're just like, oh, but you said...
They get obsessed with the why, as opposed to, like, well, why hasn't a notice been sent to me? Is that gonna make the balance not there?
Oh my gosh.
Like, fuck, like, just...
That one gets me every time, dude. They're like, well, I haven't gotten a notice, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you haven't.
Yeah.
The mail sucks, bro.
Fucking 8 addresses that you have listed here. Like...
Yeah.
Oh.
That one's pretty... What is... But something's wrong here.
My favorite part of the
this
job,
one doesn't need to be.
Obviously, is like making connections with all of our teammates. But PTO is pretty nice too. That's pretty fucking nice because that you wouldn't you get spoiled by it. Cause, a lot of other places, granted, when I worked at St. Mary's, the PTO was fantastic there too. We got 8 hours per pay period.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
were you paid once a month or?
No, dude, twice. Yeah, it built up quick over there. But, other than that, though, every other job I've worked at, granted, yeah, you could still request off, but, you're not getting fucking paid for it.
Yeah.
That's I think that's one thing that we kind of all take for granted.
I mean, I don't use it in my PTO.
Well, you go places. You went to America.
Dude, I have, 80... I have, 80 hours built up, man. I ain't never gonna use those things.
Yeah, which I look at my leave track these days, and I'm just like, man, because me, even, my first go around, dude, I would be lucky if I had 20 to 30 hours of leave, but these days, looking, I got 95 hours of leave.
Check the time real quick.
I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, we've probably been talking.
We're pretty close. We could go for a little bit longer.
Yeah? Maybe 1 or 2 more?
Maybe 1 more?
Okay.
I think overall favorite part, though, just spending time with my coworkers.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the best.
We what do they call it? Trauma bonding? I think we all have come to a pretty, each of our teammates, we all have at least some kind of a rapport with one another.
Yeah.
To
I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Ghost. Believe or no?
Oh, fuck yeah, definitely.
So Big D's a yes, I'm a no.
You don't believe in ghosts?
Nah, dude.
You've never had one paranormal experience?
No. I'm a very logical guy, dude.
Oh, wow.
If you can explain something away with, that was just a breeze that knocked over that rake.
Yeah.
Or, a little ant, moved a piece of dust that made it fall over. I'm going to believe that over there being some supernatural ectoplasm ghosty thing that touched it. Well, that's what I was going to
ask you. You don't believe in, you don't believe that we put off, some sort of energy at all?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because if we put off energy, then, rats have to put off energy, right?
Well, yeah. You don't think they do?
No.
You don't think animals have spirits? Well, you don't think we have spirits?
No.
Man.
I mean, if I'm wrong and there are spirits, okay, that's cool. I'm not saying, oh, you're dumb if you believe in spirits.
Okay.
Right? If you want to think in spirits, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where there's no proof for or against it.
Okay, so you need hard, cold facts
Yeah.
Before you, but I mean, we've talked about going on a ghost hunt. So you would be. So you think that you could be swayed, like if you had a paranormal experience? You feel like?
Yeah, I mean, if I saw something, then the only rational explanation,
you just couldn't prove it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was, dude, this is like, am I missing something here? Like, I need to go back.
I had a paranormal experience.
Really?
At my buddy Frank's house.
I want to explain it away with science.
Okay. My buddy Frank, I was crashing at his place, and I fell asleep in one of their guest rooms, and I woke up and looked at one of the windows in the room, and there was a woman looking back at me from the window.
You just woke up?
Yeah, I just woke up. For some reason, something, woke me up,
mm-hmm.
and I looked at the window. There's a woman wearing glasses, and she's smiling at me.
Okay.
The window was about 2 stories up. So there's no way that there could have been someone standing on either side of the window, because it was just me and Frank in the house. And outside of the house, like, if you're standing on the ground, that's like 2 stories up. So unless there was a woman rappelling from the roof, there's no way that there. But then, like, she wasn't hanging; she was just like she was standing there, smiling at me,
just saying hi.
Yeah. So I get up. Holy shit! Holy fuck! I run down the hall. Holy shit, Frank! Holy shit, dude! I just saw a ghost. And he's playing his PlayStation, and he just looks over his shoulder and he's like, "Fuck, you want me to do?"
What did he do?
Well, nothing. Like, he just went back to playing his PlayStation.
Understandable.
And I thought about it. I'm like, well, what did I want him to do? So, like, I just felt silly after that and kind of... Like, it wasn't scary. Like, I didn't feel like she wanted to hurt me or anything. But, like, there was definitely someone floating on the other side of that fucking window.
Okay. Now, you had just woken up. So is it possible that your brain was not, fully seeing the world? Maybe it was meshing your dream world with the real world for a couple of seconds, and you just thought you saw a lady.
I've never experienced anything like that before.
I mean, I haven't either, but what's more rational here, that your brain made a little oopsie-poopsie when it was still, waking up, or that there was a ghost?
Well, and I mean, this is no disrespect.
Play a little bit of Occam's
This is no
razor
disrespect to my buddy, but his mom passed away in that house. And... granted, I couldn't make out the lady's features or anything like that, but, like, I mean, what if it was just, like, a younger version of her? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It didn't, granted, like you said, like, I wasn't fully awake, but it felt real to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you wouldn't believe in ghosts if it wasn't real to you. But that's my thing, not to damper on your experience there or anything.
Yeah, no.
It's just like, if there's something that could happen that's a little bit more likely than it being a ghost, I'm going to believe that versus the ghost.
Yeah.
If it comes to a point and the only or the most believable option is that there's a ghost, then sure, I'll probably start believing in ghosts, but I haven't encountered that yet. Most things that I've seen can just be explained away with you made a little oopsie, you hallucinated just a little bit, I mean, there's that. Back to hallucinations, okay? Friggin' marketing team's gonna get mad at me on this one, okay? But I was thinking about it, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure, haven't read the Bible, okay? But I'm pretty sure that the whole Jesus walking on water thing, if I'm remembering right, was one guy saw Jesus walk on water. It was one dude. One dude. And, get this, he had been stuck out at sea for like 3 days without any water. And I'm like, we're gonna take that as a reputable source that he was walking on water. From the guy who was stuck alone on a raft for 3 days in the ocean.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that part, man.
I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Who saw Jesus walk?
Yeah, I thought he did it like in front of a crowd of people.
Oh, it was disciples, multiple. Maybe it was more than one.
Okay.
Hold on.
That makes me feel.
But they were stuck on a freaking raft, dude. It was 2 of them. 2 of them. How many was it? Jesus walked on water. Okay, so this is all of his disciples. Okay. So he was walking on water to the boat. His eye be not afraid. Okay, so I guess it was all of the disciples, or all 12 of them or whatever. But they had been stuck at sea, and it was stormy.
Yeah.
So, Anyways, point is, are we going to believe 12 guys who were all hanging out on the boat? Probably, stuck at sea in the storm. You can't see very well in the storm at sea. We're really going to trust what they all say? It's only at least 12 people who know each other. They're all collaborating. I'm just saying, all right? Believe what you want, but seems a little bit like it definitely could be made up. Or at least part of it could be made up, for sure.
That's disappointing, man.
Why?
That's really disappointing.
What? That the only people that saw him walk on water were the people that were in on him?
In on him?
Well, not in on him, but like, the only people that saw him were the people that were in on the joke, that were like big fans of him. Like, it'd be more meaningful to me if like someone who was like, yeah, I don't really believe Jesus is the, Son of God, but I did see him walk on water, and that was pretty cool.
Fuck that guy.
Like if I got a source from someone who was on the skeptical side, and they were like, but I did see that, and I don't know how he did it, but I still don't think that he was the guy. That would be more believable to me, at least personally. But when you got all the people that are saying he did this miracle, or people that like think he can do miracles already, it's like, okay, we don't think they could have misseen something. Maybe like it was just two of them on the boat, and they were the ones who saw it, and everyone else on the boat just wanted to
went along with
it.
Like,
And it was just
that sounds about right.
two people who got a little bit ambitious with it. I'm just saying, hey, just food for thought. And that is, folks, going to be the end of this episode. So if you had any more comments, any more things that you want us to discuss on the show, just comment them down below or email us in the description. Just like this big long-ass list that's probably going to last us like 5 weeks. We will discuss them live on the show. We still haven't gotten a single comment or a single email.
Yeah, man,
so
comment.
So for you in particular.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, engage. We want to engage with you.
Exactly. That's why we're doing this. If we just wanted to hang out and not have any engagement from an audience, we would just be two bros building Legos without a camera, all right? But we want to talk with you. We want to know what you want to see.
Yeah.
So let us know. And as always, dog jump off bed.
Philosophy.